If you've ever stared at your own website and thought, why the heck isn't this converting? This video is for you. Today, we're breaking down how to build a website that actually converts, meaning it doesn't just look good, but it actually does the job of converting clients from leads to paying customers. Hey, I'm Matthew, and if we haven't met yet, I'm a brand designer and a sustainable business advocate. And together with my agency, Good Brand Partners, we help businesses build brands and websites that sell with clarity, not just vibes. As always, there are timestamps and resources in the description below, so you can jump around or dive deeper. All right, let's get into it. Why does conversion matter more than looks? So here's the deal. Beautiful websites are great, but pretty doesn't always pay the bills. And this is coming from a brand designer. If your site is gorgeous, but it's confusing, slow, and lacking usable direction or navigation, newsflash, it's not working for you. A converting website, on the other hand, is one that's going to speak to the right people, make it clear what you do and who it's for, guide visitors to take action without being pushy, whether they're just browsing and they need more information, or if they're ready to invest here, now, and today. With really good websites, we're not just designing for aesthetics, we're designing for trust, clarity, and clear next steps. So let's break down the 5 things every high converting website needs. Number 1, a clear hero section. This is not the place for poetry, seriously. It's your elevator pitch, not your manifesto, right? So someone should be able to land on your homepage and without moving a muscle, pretend they land on the page and their hands are tied behind their back for whatever reason I'll let you imagine. But they're unable to move, right? So we want to be able to answer, who the heck are you? What do you do? And is it for me, right? We want to be able to answer those questions that someone would be asking if they landed on your website, could only see the homepage, that literal hero section. And we want to be able to answer those questions in under 7 seconds. Number 2, 1 clear CTA or call to action per page. Here's the truth. Confused visitors don't convert. I don't know who said this first, but a confused mind says no. The goal of good, solid web design is to guide the visitor from one step to the next. And we want to keep it as streamlined as possible. Are they booking a call? Are they filling out a form? Are they downloading a resource? Each of your pages should be designed with the intention to accomplish a single goal, to move them through your sales process, right? Or that lead generation process. So before you start dragging and dropping inside your favorite web platform, first ask, what do I want these visitors to do? What pages of content do they need in order to build trust in us so that they can take the next step of giving us a call, filling out a form, submitting payment, asking a question, right? Use that as your outline per page. Number 3, social proof and credibility. People trust people. Show them you've done this work before. Break down your signature process. Show them testimonials, client logos, and trust signals like certifications or media mentions. All of this goes a long way in helping folks feel safe enough to move forward. So for example, when we were renovating our home, my husband made sure to hire contractors who had proof they could actually get the job done. We saw seals of approval from brands we trusted. We had seen countless of reviews on their website and on Google, right? A third-party platform. We understood that there were proof points for this vendor and that they could actually help us achieve our goal. That's what we're looking to do here, to build that trust on your website with all of the credibility factors at our disposal. Number 4, offer clarity through copy. What is the tangible transformation you provide? Seriously. What do you solve? What problem do you fix for people? How do you uniquely solve that problem? What's included inside of your offer or solution? How will the visitor, in this case, let's pretend it's me, how will I feel after I hire you? Be specific and tangible not fluffy in your messaging. Make sure that your copy speaks directly to the visitor, ensuring that they feel seen, heard, understood, and that there's a clear path forward. And the solution is to work with you, or to download the guide, or book a call, or you get the picture. All right, number 5, a mobile optimized, fast loading design. So on average, over 60% of web traffic is mobile. And if your site is slow or glitchy on phones, it's losing you money. And while I love a beautifully designed website on desktop, you must take the time to optimize the mobile version. This is true whether you're in Squarespace, Webflow, Kajabi, Wix, any other platform that's out there. And sometimes this means even stripping back on design elements that were existed on the desktop version, or adding in different features or sections to help the mobile user experience the best, most high converting journey on the phone. Let's talk a little bit about website strategy before design. And I'm going to be blunt here. The biggest reason most websites do not convert isn't because it doesn't look nice, but because they were designed before they were strategized. Here's how I structure every client site I build, and feel free to take notes or come back to this, save the video so that you can tell your people or yourself this is what you need to do. Clarity first. What is the goal of the site? Write it down. Is it to sell products? Is it specifically on like a page? Is it to get more coaching clients? Is it to have someone download a freebie? What is the goal of the site? And then what is the goal of the pages that you're working on? Audience is the second. Who's visiting your site? And what do they need to hear, see in order to say yes? In order to do the thing that you just committed to? Right? Now, note, sometimes making sure that your copy is optimized includes a little bit of search optimization, right? But you can do this without even hiring a SEO partner right out of the gate. You can just think about, okay, what are exact keywords our dream clients would use on Google to find us? And let's ensure that we're creating content and pages that align with what those leads could be searching. Structure is the third. Map out the pages and the flows from each page before you ever touch a mouse or a pen or a marker if you're designing on paper, I guess. But the reason, in all seriousness, the reason why this helps is because it allows you to see the site's big picture, right? And account for tweaks before you or your designer spends hours on pages that may end up getting left on the cutting room floor, right? By like mapping it out, it could be on a wall, it could be in Post-its, mapping out all the pages, you could say, okay, does all this make sense? From going to page A to page B, from going to an all-encompassing services page to an individual services page. Then they're going to our inquiry form. By mapping it out, you can say, yes, that makes sense. Yep, that works. Or, you know what? Let's move this over here and move that up here. The last bit is design. So brand visuals bring it to life, yes, but they shouldn't lead the process. Of course, you could be inspired by other websites or design elements. I find inspiration in the most random of things, but you shouldn't let the design always dictate the actual functionality of the site. Yes, sometimes it's a little bit of a chicken or the egg scenario, but you have to ask yourself, let's be strategic about this website. What are we trying to have people do? Are we trying to make sales on a certain product? Oh, okay, let's make sure we have a section on the homepage that amplifies that offer, or whatever else you might come up with, right? So you want to make sure that you tackle a little bit of strategy before you dive into the website. And this is not to say that you shouldn't, of course, tackle your overall brand identity before diving into a website design or redesign. However, a strategic site respects the user journey. It meets them where they're at and guides them forward with design that follows data. If you've been on my page a lot, you've heard me say this time and time again. Your design should follow data. We only design things to solve problems, even if the design looks pretty, right? And it's aesthetically pleasing. we first were trying to solve a problem, whether it's fitting a certain amount of words in a certain area or being able to design something that pops or catches the eye. That still came from a data point, and you want to be as strategic as you can. Okay, this is a big one. It's your homepage game plan. So let's talk a bit more about one of the most valuable pieces of real estate that exists on your website, or rather, a page that should be a valuable piece of real estate on your site, and this is your homepage. So your homepage, contrary to popular belief, is not a junk drawer of all of the things, but similar to everything we've been talking about, it is a strategic sales page. Now, I'm not saying that your homepage is more valuable than a custom landing page for a specific offer. So don't come for me in the comments here. But what I am trying to say is that the more strategic you can be about your homepage, the better user experience for all. Okay, break out those pencils again, because here is my homepage structure section by section. Feel free to steal it and make it your own. Number 1, we need a hero section. We've talked about this already, but it bears repeating. Hero section, who you help and how. Get to the point, don't be clever, be clear. Number 2, problem and solution. After they understand, okay, yes, this is the cleaning company that can come to my house, within 24 hours notice. Or, this is a brand designer who has the vibe that I'm looking to achieve, right? Or whatever it might be. You want a section that speaks to the fact that you get it, right? You understand their situation and you're speaking to that and calling attention to your solution. It's kind of like, you understand, here's where you're at, here's the solution. I offer said solution, and here's how I do it differently, right? The next section, number 3, is going to be trust signals, we'll say. That's kind of an elusive title here, but this section is either testimonials, quick case studies, call-out quotes, results, data points, screen grabs, whatever is going to help someone go from, they offer what I have, I think. Yes, they're speaking directly to me. Oh my gosh, other people have experienced transformation through this service provider. Tell me more, keep going, right? It's that trust that's going to keep them moving along the page and hopefully clicking your call to action to move forward in the next step. Speaking of next steps, we have section number 4. This should be your overview of services or your offers, right? So whether you have one service or many services, you want folks who now feel like they can trust you from those reviews and testimonials, understand, okay, well now which service is best for me? Keep it simple at first. If you have multiple services, just like one quick sentence or phrase at this point in the game is enough to get people to click further. We're just trying to have folks get another checkbox or mark another checkbox complete in their mental checklist as they go through the website. Then we have the About page. Now, this is always a sticking point. This is not where you get to brag. This should be brief. It should have a photo of you so people can connect with you, especially if you are a solo entrepreneur, an independent business owner, a coach, a consultant, a creative. If you very much make up the service that you offer, we want to be able to see and connect with you, right? But we also want a bio that speaks directly to the visitor's experience, not just a brag section about what you accomplished. And also, I feel like people are going to hate me for this. No one at this point cares that, my name is Matthew and I first was inspired for brand design in first grade with my teacher. Sure, that might be the case, and you could include that type of information on like a full About page. But what people need to know is, who the heck are you? Why should I believe or trust you? So again, what are your credentials, but in more of a storytelling bio perspective? And then what can I expect in working with you specifically, right? Make it more about the reader, not a bio about you. Does that make sense? The next bit is the client journey, right? Or the how it works. So we've gone from they offer what I have. They're speaking to my situation. I've seen that it works for other people. I then had the opportunity to kind of quickly browse the services or the core offer that they have. I now understand who offers said service. And now you're outlining the 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 steps in your client journey, right? This could be either your signature process, if you've been doing this for a little while and you have those proof points and those key milestones that folks experience when working with you. It could also be the literal process of how do we work together? It could be click to book a call. We hop on a discovery call to make sure we're the right fit. You sit back and relax, and I deliver the service, right? It could also be much more layman's terms here, just to get from point A to point B. It doesn't have to be this more flowery process. But the point is, what we're doing here is we're allowing someone to understand either how easy it is to take the next step or what they could expect once they start to work with you, right? On a micro or macro level, that's up to you. And then the second to last part here is the call to action. So this is where you're asking someone to book a call, take an assessment, download the guide, do the thing, right? But you need a way to capture new leads so that you can follow up with them, right? So don't just create a contact form that emails you that Matthew submitted the form and now you got to manually do it. No one has time for that. Bonus points here if you want to integrate a CRM like HoneyBook or any other CRM that you're using, some sort of a scheduler or some sort of a client relationship management platform that when someone actually inquires or books with you, they can have a profile or you'd be able to see where they fall in your process, something to keep it a little bit more organized. If you are curious about CRMs, I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel here. Just click below, all about CRMs, setting up all of that. I personally use a software called HoneyBook, which is my recommendation, but you could apply the same teachings across any CRM. All right, I'll get off my CRM soapbox and return back to this step, which was the call to action. So just remember, we've gone through everything here. They know who you are. They trust you. They know how the process works. Now it's plain clear to see, download the guide, click. It's book your free intro call, click. It's inquire and we'll get back to you, click. Whatever is inspiring and action focused for your client, that's what we want in this section. And last but certainly not least is the footer, which is so funny because as a brand designer and a web designer myself, I actually love designing footers. And here's why. Yes, we want to have navigation links, email sign up, and social. And this really is something that you don't want to sleep on. So many individuals, the second they go into a website and they get past a couple sections, if they feel like I want to go to a certain page, but they haven't talked about it yet, we usually scroll all the way down. How many times have you gone to a restaurant and you're like, just tell me where your phone number is, I just want to call you. They scroll down to the footer, right? Granted, you would want to maybe have your phone number earlier in the page, but the point remains. The footer is super important because it's kind of like the safety net that folks scroll down to when they don't know where to find things, right? But it can also ensure that folks have a place to land with all of the information that they possibly could need about the name of your business. They can see your logo, they can navigate to your social links, they can click onto every single page that exists on your website, or the top tier pages, right? They could see the services you offer from a high level as well as individual level. They could see industries you service, everything soup to nuts. And this is not to overwhelm you of oh great, Matthew, now I have to create all these freaking pages on my website. But it's to say, don't sleep on the footer. Make sure that it has all the information that someone might need should they need to call, visit, or send a question, right? Also having calls to action in there. Now, this should not be a set in stone, set it and forget it framework. This is a very bare bones structure here. This is just designed to get you up and out there with a website that works, right? One that has every section earning its place. And now hopefully you have a reference point on how to build a homepage that truly gets the ball rolling. And I really would encourage you to make it your own. I really do mean that. Take what I'm giving you here as a structure and then saying, okay, well, how could I mix and move this around? You could swap sections, totally. This is just how I've been able to experience Or rather, this is how I've been able to create websites that convert, is in this order. However, feel free to mix and match, swap it around, and then also change the layout. Don't have it be as basic as like image and text left and right. Like do something a little bit more funky, tap into your vibe, your own unique brand position or your stance, and really make it your own. Okay, we're getting towards the end here of this training, but I wanted to talk about some common website mistakes and also the fixes that you could implement starting today. So let's dive in. All right, mistake number 1 is trying to say everything at once. Instead, try simplifying your language. No one wants to read paragraphs upon paragraphs. Prioritize one key message per page and make sure that every single word that you write is valuable. I'm trying to think of that, the like Coco Chanel quote about like before you leave the house, like take off a piece of clothing. Like don't do too much. Try to strip this back to the bare bones, the essentials, while still having your personality shine through. Mistake number 2 is buried contact info or unclear navigation. How do you fix this? Make it stupid easy to get in touch or take an action. Make sure there's a big bold button in the top navigation. Make sure that there are buttons, or sometimes people call them like cash registers, buttons all across the web page, right? Whether it's taking you to a sub page or taking you to your next action, you want to make it easy for folks to find what they're looking for and take the next step. Please, 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 as a note, do not have a top navigation with like 20 options. Keep it around like 3 to 5. I know that sounds like loopy, but we want to make it as streamlined as possible. So it could be like services, case studies. I'm kind of using myself as an example. So services, case studies, about, and then the button is like the call to action. So it could be like free discovery call or download the guide or whatever we're trying to promote at this time. Beyond that, we can still link to all of the 5 different subservice pages that we have, or our 20 case studies. Folks can get to that point once they get to the first place, right? We're trying to basically just invite someone into the house and then say, okay, which room do you want to go into? The one on the left, the right, or straight ahead? Give them simplified options, especially in the navigation. All right, number 3, weak testimonials. What's the fix for this? Well, we've all read testimonials that feels like you have to like mine out the point of what's trying to be made here. So use testimonials that speak to the result, not just Matthew is nice, or he was super funny, or I love Matthew. All of that's well and dandy, and it's good to know that like, oh, this person's a good person. But what about the transformation that occurred? Paint that picture so clearly so that leads can see themselves in your past success stories, right? Allowing folks to say, you know what, yes, I was in their shoes once and I want what they got. Give me what they're having. Okay, mistake number 4, overly clever copy. We talked about this earlier, clarity over cleverness. Always, 10 out of 10. People should get it instantly, like that. Write like you're talking to a friend. I wish my copywriting professors in college told me that. There were a lot of things that I learned from my professors, but I wish someone said, talk to someone like you're talking to a friend. You wouldn't use complex jargon, right, when you're catching up with a friend and telling them about your new job or the new business that you offered. You would speak to them in a way that they could understand, right? So do the same with all of your copy. And sometimes what I actually find helpful is pretend you're speaking directly to someone. Throw out a random client name. So you'd say, okay, Diane, your first step is going to be to click this button to book a call. After that, I'm going to send you back a confirmation with a link to blah, 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 whatever it might be. Adding in that name and that personalization while you're writing the copy can help you focus and streamline so that it's much more conversational and way less clever, confusing, or using way too much like industry speak is a big mistake I see a lot of folks make. Okay, to wrap up this section, we have the 5th and final mistake, which is no personality. So when it comes to your website, make sure that you write like a real human. Make sure that your design elements, even if you're using a Squarespace template, that there's an ounce of personality behind them, that there's something unique about the overall vibe or the experience you're offering. Because if everything on your site looks, sounds, and acts way too corporate, right, or obvious ChatGPT output, please, please, please do yourself a favor. We all notice this, right? So rewrite it and refine the design with bits and elements that actually feel like you. Your audience will thank you and you will thank you, because the more unique you can be, the more you can differentiate yourself from all the other service providers out there who do something quite similar to you, the better your business will be in the long haul. And that is it for today, folks. I really hope that you found this video helpful. And if you did, or if you have additional questions about building a website that actually converts, you can drop a note in the comments below or direct message me on Instagram, where you can find me at Good Brand Partners. And if you want more non-fluff content on building your brand, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a future video. All right, until next time, keep making good out there.